afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with a Simpler Stocks free video for August 31st, 2016. So you can see it's about 25 minutes before the bell. Right now, today, the ESs are down 675. NASDAQ down 23.50. Russell only down 30 cents. What is this from? The EU deciding to charge Apple with about a $14 billion tax bill. I don't know what's wrong with only paying 1 cent in 1% in taxes when the normal tax rate in Ireland is 12%. I don't know what the EU's worried about, upset about. But all sarcasm aside, that cast a pall over the whole market. What's interesting about that is Apple isn't down that much. Apple was down pre-market. If you look on the right here, and you look at Apple in here and you put in a 5-minute, you'll see it's actually been in a pretty tight range all day. In fact, it was almost up for the day at one time. If you go in here and look at a 24-hour chart, you'll see it had quite an activity about 6:30 in the morning. Check this out right there. 103.5 in there and then came right back. But that's not the problem with why the whole market's down. The whole market's down because if the EU becomes a little more militant in their kind of attitude, they could go after Google. Remember, they've been talking about Google, about the anti-competitiveness, and they refused to negotiate with Google earlier. So the whole idea in here is that Google all day has acted very poorly. Right now, down $5. Market's rallying a little right on the close, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the Googles somewhat come back. But all I'm saying in here is this cast a pall on it right now, and that's why it's sold off. Same with Amazon. As you see here, all of them sold off right after the close and have just stayed near their lows. Now they're forming some kind of bear flags. That doesn't mean that has to work. But as you see, that's the kind of thing the Amazons and the Googles are forming. But what that did is that the NASDAQ pulled down the ESs. As you see in here, the Russell hasn't done anything. And why? Because the Russell is composed of drug stocks. It's not composed of a lot of multinational stocks. That's why the Russell is outperformed right now. You have the bonds here down all of 11. Dollar acting strong again, up 53. You have gold down 14. I decided to put the dollar next to gold on my watch list so you could get a sort of an idea of how crude and gold act relative to the dollar. As you see, they're both inverse related, at least today. Transport's up 41, led by United Airlines getting upgraded today and going nuts, up almost $4, pulling up the likes of American Airlines also, and also Delta. Yeah, the advanced decline today has been very narrow. Anybody that thought we were going to just plummet today, and I told them to watch out for that, reason being the advanced decline line's only down all of 90. It's just not the kind of day you're going to get a trend day out of this. And where are we? 21.75. Just like I told you, the big open interest. A lot of people on the premium site made a lot of money selling some straddles around 21.75. In here we have China doing not much. The DA Dow, which is the German market, up about 1%. And you have the volatility not doing much. So the whole idea in here is this. I go on correlations. And if you see the NASDAQ down at these levels, let me show you in here. We're going to show the ESs on the left. I'm going to take off the futures. We're going to show the ESs on the 78-minute chart on the left. A lot of people thought we were forming some kind of bull flag right here. On the other hand, on the right is the NASDAQ, which has Google, Amazon, and Apple, and so on in it. So you can see on here, this touched this level. This is the level right when Janet Yellen spoke. She actually spoke here. Then it went up, the Jackson Hole speech. Then we came to test it, and then we rallied. Go back here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Right in this area. Right in this area. People overreacted. But this 47.60, 47.65 is sort of the level to care about. Right in this area here. And as you see, we rallied with Yellen, then sold off, and as you see, we didn't really do much after that. Whole idea in here is if it breaks here, this is going to start influencing the SPX. The SPX is this far away from that low. The NASDAQ is on that low. I always call it the point of no return. If this falls enough down here then and gets under this, that will finally be enough to keep the SPX to get it to sell off. So it's all a question of momentum. The ES right now is holding and holding. It doesn't seem like anything can move it. The key is if this breaks enough, this will finally move it. So that's something definitely to watch for the rest of the week. Also realize the unemployment report's Friday, so there could be a lot of muted reaction. That's exactly why we were looking at the SPX 2175 straddle. The whole idea in this is they look at the open interest at 2175. Much bigger than anywhere else. Guess where the index is? Still has 1 day to go, but that's still pretty neat to have it there. Just so you know, today we were showing some fantastic trades right on the opening. One of them in here, UAL getting upgraded. This is how we teach on simpler stocks. UAL on a daily chart looked like a breakout if it got over this area. AAL, if it got over this area, was a breakout if it got over this area. UAL got upgraded this morning. This is how you make a lot of money and things you learn on simpler stocks. Look where our UAL opened. Gapped up, went straight up. Inexplicably, American Airlines opened down for the day. That's the type of layup we look for in that. The key is if one of them got a strong upgrade and the other one didn't get a downgrade, just, it follows the other one, and they have similar daily charts, you latch onto this on the opening, and that was a big old layup in there. So I'm glad those worked. There were a lot of other ones. Check out this one in Alibaba. This was a beauty today. We were showing this daily chart and showing that this was oversold in an uptrend, possibly forming a bull flag. That's one way to look at it. The other is look at a 15-minute chart of this. That is what you're looking for. The more times it touches, the more significant. That level, it opened at 95.20. Next thing you know, it was 96.5. Those are the type of things that we talk about all the time on here, and we've taught a lot about bull flags and bear flags. What I mean by that is we have a meetup about every 10 days where I do about an hour question and answer, like a live chat, but more a theme. And the theme, some of the themes have been create your own scans. We've had bull and bear flags, the ATR trailing stop. All of these are thrown in with your subscription for free. A lot of other sites charge an add-on for every one of these. Look how many we've had in here. All of those come with your subscription. The other thing you get in here is a chat room from 9 to 10 in the morning. You get a half hour to prepare before the opening and a half hour to trade with me. That's been a very, very popular tool in this in simpler stocks. We have email alerts where I send out charts on the indexes, on the stocks, and today an unusual option activity idea that I posted in the premium side. The other thing we have in here is a forum. The forum is a message board based sort of communication tool between subscribers and between me. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, we had some great ideas today. We have a $7 30-day trial. You should jump onto it. We've had thousands that have jumped onto it, and we've had one of the highest retention rates in the industry. So take care. I will talk to you tomorrow.